Since I like going back and listening to my old thoughts, I'm currently in the process of re-uploading some of my older videos in order to make them more compliant with YouTube's policies on reused content. But since I didn't want to do a lot of editing, here is the audio from my original review for this movie.
I did not expect to like this movie as much as I did. I know it's a Pixar film, but I was fairly confident that their next film, Soul, would end up being the movie that appeals to adults or mature audiences, while Onward would be the film that's targeted more towards children. And, well, I still pretty much think that's true, but the themes in Onward just resonated with me more than most people could possibly know. In a world filled with literal magic, mythical creatures, and dangerous quests, two teenage elf brothers, Ian and Barley, find themselves in a point in history where no one really cares about magic anymore. But on Ian's 16th birthday, his mother gives him a present that was left by his father, who died when Ian was way too young to remember him. Thanks to a magical spell, the two brothers realize they can spend one last day with their father, so they embark on a journey to discover if there is any magic left in the world. Firstly, I like that Pixar tried making a fantasy film. It's different, and it clearly stands out in their filmography. Onward may not be the next Harry Potter or Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings, but it was still an entertaining experience that existed in a fun world. And Onward is a fun movie. It's directed by Dan Scanlon, who is best known for helming Monsters University, and you can kind of tell. The visuals and character designs are a little goofy, the CG animation may not be up to Pixar's highest standard, and the voice acting is okay, but this is definitely better than most other animated films right now. And I think what elevates the material for me is the story, which is filled with such heart. All of the emotional beats really worked for me, mainly because I know exactly what it's like to grow up without a father, but to always have an older brother by my side, someone who always looked out for me. So I couldn't help but project myself onto Ian's character. I remember how shy and nervous I used to be when I was 16, and all of the insecurities I carried around, and how my big brother helped me get through that period in my life. So I couldn't help but relate to this story and think about my own life as I was watching Ian and Barley go about their quest. It also helped that Tom Holland and Chris Pratt had phenomenal chemistry together. Those two are infinitely charming on their own, so put them together and I had no problem believing that they were actually brothers. So for anyone else who can relate to this situation in life, growing up without a father but having a loving older brother, I think Onward will emotionally resonate with you quite strongly as well. And for everyone else, Onward is a fun little animation to add to Pixar's library. It may not reach the heights of the best Pixar films, but it is still an enjoyable movie nonetheless. Because I would likely give Onward 3.5 out of 5 stars. Thanks for watching.